Welcome to our new series on process safety management. I'm Sarah, your host, and I'm excited to guide you through this crucial topic in the energy industry. Today, we're kicking off with an introduction to process safety management, or PSM. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is PSM? Well, it's a fascinating blend of engineering know-how and management skills, all focused on preventing catastrophic accidents in our industry. The Energy Institute's Process Safety Committee recognized a need for a common framework in this area. Why? Because PSM isn't just about everyday workplace safety. It deals with preventing major incidents like structural collapses, explosions, fires, and dangerous chemical releases. These are the kind of events that keep industry leaders up at night. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Many organizations in our industry are looking to up their game in PSM. They're seeking a more holistic, systematic approach to ensure the integrity of their operations. This shift is being driven by several factors, from industry guidelines and international standards to legislative requirements. But here's the challenge. While big players in the industry have been working on these approaches for years, many smaller organizations are just starting out. They're looking for clear, consistent guidance on how to develop and implement effective PSM. Welcome to today's episode of Process Safety Insights. I'm your host, Sarah, and today we're diving into a crucial aspect of process safety management: leadership, commitment, and responsibility. Joining me are two experts in the field. First, we have Dr. James Thompson, a process safety consultant with over 20 years of experience. Welcome, James. And we also have Lisa Chen, a senior manager in process safety at a major chemical company. Great to have you with us, Lisa.
Thanks, Sarah. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Sarah. It's a pleasure to be here.
Today we'll be discussing the Energy Institute's framework for leadership, commitment, and responsibility in process safety management. Let's start with the basics. James, why is leadership so critical in process safety?
Well, Sarah, leadership sets the tone for the entire organization. When leaders demonstrate a genuine commitment to safety, it cascades through all levels. The Energy Institute's framework emphasizes that assurance of operational integrity relies on visible leadership commitment and accountability at all levels.
That makes sense. Lisa, how does this play out in practice?
In my experience, it starts with having a documented health, safety, and process safety policy that's signed by the CEO or managing director. But it's not just about having a policy. It needs to be a living document that's regularly reviewed and updated.
Interesting. James, the framework mentions governance arrangements. Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. The framework calls for defined and implemented governance and support arrangements at all levels, from the board to the workforce. This ensures that there's a clear structure for how safety is managed and overseen throughout the organization.
Lisa, how do you see this implemented in your company?
We have regular safety governance meetings at various levels of the organization. What's crucial is that these aren't just talking shops. We track follow-up actions and hold people accountable for completing them.
That accountability seems key. James, the framework also mentions management systems. How does this fit in?
The framework calls for a health, safety, and process safety risk management system that meets applicable legislation and industry standards. It's not enough to just have a system. Management needs to establish the scope, priority, and pace for implementing it.
Lisa, how do you ensure that these systems are actually effective?
It's all about setting clear objectives and performance targets, and then regularly evaluating performance against these. We also ensure that roles, responsibilities, and accountabilities for safety management are clearly defined and understood.
That clarity must be crucial. James, the framework mentions something about leadership attributes. Can you explain that?
Certainly. The framework emphasizes that required health, safety, and process safety leadership attributes should be defined, developed, and integrated into the competencies for leaders. It's not just about technical skills, it's about how leaders behave and influence others.
Lisa, how do you see this playing out in practice?
We see our leaders visibly demonstrating personal commitment to safety. This might be through participating in safety walks, consistently discussing safety in meetings, or recognizing and rewarding positive safety behaviors.
That visible commitment seems crucial. James, the framework also mentions understanding what's happening in the workplace. Why is this important?
Leaders need to maintain an understanding of what's happening on the ground to identify and address key safety issues and improvement opportunities. This could be through workplace discussions, safety observations, or other engagement activities.
Lisa, how do you ensure leaders in your organization stay connected to what's happening on the front lines?
We have a structured program of workplace discussions and safety walks. But what's crucial is that these aren't just tick box exercises. Leaders are expected to engage meaningfully with workers, listen to their concerns, and take action on the feedback they receive.
That engagement seems vital. Now, let's talk about continuous improvement. James, how does the framework address this?
The framework emphasizes regular review and improvement. This includes reviewing compliance and performance trends at specified levels of management. It's about constantly looking for ways to enhance safety performance.
Lisa, how do you approach continuous improvement in your organization?
We use a combination of leading and lagging indicators to track our safety performance. We also conduct regular audits and management reviews. But perhaps most importantly, we have a culture where everyone is encouraged to speak up about safety concerns or improvement opportunities.
That's fantastic. As we wrap up, what would you say is the most critical takeaway for our listeners about leadership in process safety?
I'd say it's about creating a culture where safety is truly valued at all levels of the organization. It's not just about systems and processes, it's about how people think and act every day.
I agree, and I'd add that it's about consistency. Leaders need to consistently demonstrate their commitment to safety through their words and actions. It's not something you can do once and forget about. It requires ongoing effort and attention.
Thank you both for those insightful comments. To our listeners, remember that strong leadership is crucial for effective process safety management. It's about setting the right tone, having clear systems and processes in place, and consistently demonstrating commitment through actions. That's all we have time for today. Thanks to our experts, Dr. James Thompson and Lisa Chen, for sharing their knowledge and experiences. And thank you for tuning in to Process Safety Insights. Until next time, stay safe.